Hello, I'd like to welcome you to another Try It Tuesday craft at the Clinton Public Library. Um, Today I'm going to show you how to make two cute little ribbon princesses. We're going to do Tinkerbell, who I realize is not authentically a princess, but she is very popular and very close to my heart, and so I thought she would be a good one. And today we're also going to be making Rapunzel from the movie Tangled. Uh, the little figures are technically made out of grosgrain ribbon in a 3/8 inch wide. We were not, at the time we were purchasing, it was during lockdown, we were not always able to find grosgrain, but we have used satin ribbon. I do think the grosgrain is a little sturdier and firmer and works up better. For the most part, the little figurines are put together on the instructions I used with a glue gun. If you do use a glue gun, I definitely suggest a low temp one, as my fingertips will make evidence that my hot glue gun was a little too hot for my liking. You will, we will have kits available that you will be able to call and request, or request when you are here at the circulation desk. We do have a limited number of each princess. I will be doing another video with 2 additional princesses later in the month. The kit will come with all of the ribbons cut and the ends sealed in a small baggie like this, along with a printed instruction sheet. Some of the instruction sheets are multi-pages, but everything will be included for you. The only materials that you will need to supply will be a hot glue gun, or if you prefer not to use a hot glue gun, I would suggest a tacky glue, like a Lean's tacky glue, or the tacky white glues that you can get either at craft stores. You can purchase smaller bottles at the Dollar Tree. All of the ribbon you need is included. The other item you might need, even though I have sealed all of the ends in your packet, you will be doing some cutting, like to shape the arms on Tinkerbell and the other princess, and to cut the angles in her skirt and make some of the little fancy things for her shoes. Once you have cut the ribbon, it is a good idea to seal it. You can use either a fray check, which is a type of glue that will keep it from raveling. You can get fray check in either a liquid that you will apply, or you could dip. They also make it in a spray, but I have found when you use the spray, it does make the rest of the ribbon stiff also. If you don't have access to a fray check, you can use a regular hairspray, or you can also seal the ends with a clear nail polish. Just make sure that you leave ample time for it to dry completely before you begin working with it. And it's a good idea to lay out a wax paper or maybe a cookie sheet so that you don't accidentally seal the ribbon piece to your table or counter, whichever you're working on. So as I mentioned, all of the pieces come in the kit. The first thing you should do is take them out, sort them by color and by size. The instructions are fairly clear, and they have very good illustrated pictures to go along with it. When you start and you're making the head, you will be using this size of ribbon. When you roll it into a ball, you don't want to use the whole ribbon. You want to leave ample ribbon for the body to attach the dress and skirt to, as well as being able to glue the wings in the back. I do suggest, if you have the opportunity, to use a white glue or a sticky glue rather than the glue gun. You may be a little happier with the results. I found using the glue gun made the body of my figurine very thick and hard. So I won't go through great details. If you do have any questions after reading the instructions, feel free to contact me and I will walk you through the process. But Tinkerbell has her shoes, her little bun in her hair, and her wings. The kit that you're supplied will include white wings. I am currently working on making a second Tinkerbell using the tacky glue, and I found some iridescent 3/8 inch wide ribbon at the bridal section in Hobby Lobby, and I'm trying that to give her more of a magical look to her wings. If you wanted to, you could probably even take a small wire or a toothpick and paint it shiny silver and glue it gently on the end of her hand for a magic wand. Now you may be wondering what you're going to do with this. There are several things you can do. If you have a young child or you like to wear headbands, you can always make the figure and then just glue it with glue to the headband if you're going to use it permanently that way. If you're not a headband fan, you can also use the snap hair clips and glue it on the end, similar to the way I suggested with buttons when you did the ribbon braiding on the hair clips. If that's neither one of those or something you want to do, or you don't really want to wear it in your hair, you can always attach either glue a safety pin or a pin back to it and wear it as a cute lapel pin with whatever outfit you're wearing. Okay, the second princess I'm going to show you today is Rapunzel from the movie Tangled. I am going to point out a couple of different effects with her and in doing putting her together. With Tinkerbell, you notice she has a very short skirt. It's cut on an angle and she has legs. The other princesses I will be showing you will not have legs, as they will have a long skirt or something of that effect instead of legs. The most complicated part for doing Rapunzel, and one that does need to be done ahead, is making her curls. The method and suggested in the instructions I was following was to twist the ribbon, and I've given you a length of ribbon long enough to make it as in the instructions. Take it and take either a pencil, or in this case I have a wooden dowel. I found a packet of these. There are 10 pieces. These are 12-inch dowels, so it's plenty long enough for the ribbon. I found these at Dollar Tree. You're going to start at the top, and I used a small binder clip. You can use tape or whatever you might have to hold the end down. And then you just simply start wrapping, and you don't want to over wrap where you're covering part of the previous row, but you do want to lay it just to the edge, so you're doing edge to edge as you wrap the ribbon. Once you get it totally wrapped, use another binder clip or piece of tape or whatever you might have. to clamp it down. And then the instructions call for baking this at a 200-degree oven, so a very low temperature oven, for approximately 10 minutes. As you can see, I followed the instructions on this one, and the curls are starting to fall out. I have worked on another one, and before I put the skewer in the oven, and I did use it on a cookie sheet, and I had the legs of my binder clips angled so it would sit on a cookie sheet and not be laying flat on the metal, so that it was somewhat elevated. You could also, if you're not using binder clips, use a cookie sheet that it's narrow enough that you could set this across the rim of the cookie sheet so that it is up off of the bottom of the metal. I do suggest that perhaps if you dampen this, and that's what I'm experimenting with at home, I dampened it, baked it for the required 10 minutes, turned the oven off, and left it in the oven for an additional 10 minutes to give it a little more baking time and time to cool down. So far, that seems to have worked better. Since I was experimenting, I've done a second one at the same time, used the instructions I just suggested, but before I unwrapped it, I sprayed it with spray starch from my laundry section at home, and then let it dry. So far, it seems to be holding the curl very well, but I'm giving it a couple of days to see if it stays that way. A friend suggested that once you have glued the hair down, if it does unroll, you could take it, wrap it around your finger, and use just a normal household paper clip to clip the end, dampen it, and leave it curled overnight, or possibly even longer, similar to doing an old-fashioned pin curl. And you could do that with all of them, all of the different strands of the hair that are glued on, and that may bring the curl back into a tighter weave. Again, the instructions that I give you do have all of the steps with photos included, and I am learning that a few people have suggested they have trouble figuring out which picture goes with which instructions. So I'm now including a little square with the number that corresponds to the written instruction nearby. So that's all I have for you with this craft. If you do have any questions as you're going through the instructions for either one of these cute little figurines, you can email me at clintonpubliclibrary.org. I'm sorry, you can email me at circulation4@clintonpubliclibrary.org. You can send a question to our questions email also if you've forgotten my personal email. Or you can always phone me here at the library on days that I'm working. So I hope you have fun with these, and if you have either a young lady in your life that is a very big Disney fan and has a favorite princess, as I said, I will be doing 2 additional princesses, but this would always make a great gift. Or if the family is traveling to Disneyland for a vacation, wouldn't it be wonderful if everyone was sporting their favorite princess on their shirt? I hope you enjoy this project. It was a lot of fun to make. It did have a bit of a learning curve, but even the ones that did not turn out perfect, in my opinion, were still a lot of fun to do and a lot of fun to use. So that's it for today from the Try It Tuesday Crafting at the Clinton Public Library. I hope you have a good afternoon. Thank you.